Michelle and her husband were thinking about their Advent celebration, which was to begin in just a week's time. Both parents wondered what their children remembered about their celebration of Advent the last season. Then Michelle asked, "Who can tell me what the 4 candles in the Advent wreath represent?" Luke jumped in with 7-year-old enthusiasm and exuberance, and he said, "There's love, joy, peace, and I know," 6-year-old Elise interrupted to finish her brother's sentence, "peace and quiet." Well, we all need peace and we all need quiet, especially as you and I prepare to celebrate the season of Advent, the season of Christmas, and the beginning of a brand new year that is quickly approaching. Advent is a time of expectant waiting, a time of preparation for both the celebration of Jesus in Bethlehem and the return of Jesus Christ at his second coming. Advent is about coming, about arrival. The season of Advent celebrates the coming of Jesus in 3 different perspectives. His first coming in the birth in the manger, and then the reception of Jesus Christ in your heart and in my heart, and the promise that Jesus Christ will return, his second coming. William Willimon is a retired American theologian and bishop in our United Methodist Church. He currently serves on staff at the Duke Divinity School in Durham, North Carolina. He tells a story about attending a funeral when he was a pastor of a very small congregation in rural Georgia. He says, "I had never seen anything like that before. The preacher began to preach. He shouted, he flailed his arms, and he said, 'It's too late for Joe. Joe is dead. But it ain't too late for you. People drop dead every day,' he said. 'Why wait? Now is the day for decision. Give your life to Jesus.'" William Willimon reflects on this experience, and he says at first it was one of the worst things he had ever seen. So he fumed about it, and he fussed about it, complaining the preacher had done one of the worst things possible for a grieving family. He tried to manipulate them with guilt and shame. His wife agreed with him. But then she said, "Of course, the worst part of it all is that what the pastor said is true. End of your time, end of my time, and the end of the world's time is coming." That's the warning of the season of Advent. There's also good news. There's also the promise of Advent. The promise that in the darkness, in the shadows, in the unpredictable anxiety of our unfinished lives, God is still present, and God is still in control, and God will come again. With each candle we light, we are proclaiming that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. The promise is that wherever there is darkness, wherever there is dread in your life, in my life, God is present to help us. God is in charge, and God's hope in your heart and my heart is always alive.